NDTV has accessed high-resolution images of the Tejas fighter jet that crashed in Dubai last afternoon. The fighter jet crashed during a flying demonstration at the Dubai Airshow. According to sources, the pilot failed to recover from a negative G-force turn. The negative G-force is the force experienced in a direction opposite to that of gravity. Tejas is capable of performing negative G maneuvers, which is one of its key features. Now, videos show that the fighter jet had a free fall and it did not glide lightly due to the failed recovery. The Indian Air Force has confirmed the pilot died in the crash. The fighter pilot is identified as Wing Commander Namach Syal. The IAF confirmed the death of the pilot and has said that they've ordered a court of inquiry for his death. The Defence Minister has also condoled the death, saying that the nation stands with the family at this hour. My colleague Vishnu Shom joins us with more details. Vishnu, now if you could take us through this particular incident and what we're hearing as far as why this crash took place.
Well, it's too early to say exactly what happened. It's only a court of inquiry which can actually get into the specific reason of what happened. What we can do, however, is describe the videos and the photographs that you see. This is very high-resolution images of the final moments of the crash. The aircraft over here, just a few moments before, unfortunately, it mushed into the ground. The videos which we are showing you appear to show the aircraft in a negative G maneuver. That's part of the standard aerobatic profile of the Tejas aircraft. The pilot then rolls out of that maneuver, but there's very little altitude at that stage. And instead of a roll out of that maneuver, which keeps the wings of the aircraft level, it appears that the aircraft at a particular stage dips down sharply. And with a very low altitude over there, there's very little margin for the pilot to play with. He comes out of that roll and his wings are level. But by then, the vertical speed of the aircraft, right, is still too sharp. And even though at the point of impact, his nose may be up like this, the vertical speed keeps the aircraft going down. The aircraft didn't transition, it appears through the video, to horizontal flight and then ultimately pull away. So that's what the video seems to suggest. Of course, we'll have to wait to see if, there were other factors, an engine issue, a fly-by-wire control system issue. But one way or the other, the loss of Wing Commander Namach Syal, the pilot who was killed in this very, very sad sort of development. It took place yesterday afternoon. The squadron would, of course, be terribly aggrieved at the loss. As you mentioned, the Defence Minister, the Chief of Defence Staff, and others have spoken about this. Aerobatic displays are at the high end of military aviation, extremely difficult. The pilots literally are flying the aircraft to the edge. If things go wrong, tragically, they often end up in this manner. But let's spare a thought for the family of the pilot who's departed, who's lost. Let us hope that, whatever lessons, if any, there are to be learned, are learned so that, this sort of thing is not repeated.
Thank you, Vishnu, for joining us and bringing us those details. My colleague Reet earlier spoke with one of the eyewitnesses at the event. Take a look. I wish to understand from you, what exactly did you see in the final moments of course, the crash?
Thank you for having me. And yes, I was there and I witnessed the whole crash right in front of my eyes. First of all, he was doing the maneuver as other flights did. And suddenly what we saw is that the jet started to go lower and lower. We thought he would be pulling up, but he could not pull up the jet and it just crashed on spot.
Right, and I also wish to understand from you, you were obviously present at the event. What exactly was, of course, the entire atmosphere there? This was a devastating incident that occurred right in front of your eyes. How exactly did people react to that?
Firstly, no one could believe it was happening really, because in this country where we live, this type of incident never happened. And this was the first time everyone witnessed something like this. And it was really no words to say. Watching this happening in real life, it's unbelievable.
Right, now I also wish to understand from you, sir, you of course captured this. What exactly were you doing at the moment at which, this entire incident occurred, and what exactly did you find when you were recording everything?
See, we have checked the roster of jets, which jet was going to do the air show, and we saw the Tejas was doing it. So obviously we are Indian and we were recording it. And we didn't know it was going to end up like this in this tragedy.